Okay, let's start the trig part of it for a little while. It says write the exact value of the given trig expressions. Do not use a calculator. State the quadrant and reference angle. All right, first thing I'm going to do is quadrant of 150 degrees is quadrant 2. The reference angle, it's 150 degrees, so reference angle is going to be the absolute value of 180 degrees minus 150 degrees, which is absolute value of 30 degrees, which is 30 degrees. Okay, it has to be in quadrant 1. Lastly, this secant of 150 degrees. Well, secant is equal to 1 over the cosine, excuse me, and that cosine for 150 degrees is negative square root of 3 over 2. One times negative 2 over the square root of 3, which is negative 2 over the square root of 3. That is the answer. If you want a bonus, I'm still doing this. Multiply and get your, rationalize that denominator. Okay. Cotangent of 5 pi over 6. What's the quadrant? What is the reference angle? The quadrant for 5 pi over 6 is quadrant 2. The reference angle in quadrant 2 is, I'll come down here, absolute value of 180 degrees. Nope, we're in radians, I'm so sorry. Absolute value of pi minus 5 pi over 6. We can change the number in front of pi to 6 over 6, still representing 1. 6 minus 5, absolute value of pi over 6, which is pi over 6. There's the reference angle. Lastly, cotangent of 5 pi over 6 is the cosine of 5 pi over 6 divided by the sine of 5 pi over 6. So the cosine is negative square root of 3 over 2. And we're going to divide that by the 1/2. Negative square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over 1 reduces. And you get negative square root of 3 over 1, which is just negative square root of 3. Okay? In your calculator, we need some practice on this because this was a big issue on the exam. All right, we've got sign of a number. Please note this number does not have a cute little degree sign with it. That means this is radians. It's not degrees. It doesn't have to have a pi to be radians. The most important thing is if it doesn't have the circle for degrees, it's not a degree, it's a radian, okay? So you're going to want to make sure that your calculator's in radians for this. My calculator's already in degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and do the secant of 125 degrees. Secant is the same thing as 1 over my cosine of 125 degrees. So 1 divided by the cosine of 125 is negative 1.7434. And that is what I'm looking for. 4 decimal places. I want you to just put it in your calculator. I don't want to see any square root of this, and there shouldn't be any of that on this paper. It's just using your calculator. You need to know how to do this. All right, now I'm going to move my calculator to radians because everything else is radians. So the next one I'm going to do is sine of 24.6. So sine 24.6 is negative 0.5079. All right, and then the last one is cotangent. Cotangent, again, don't use cosine over sine. Just use 1 over tangent. Keep things simple. Of pi over 5. If your calculator's in radians, you're just going to throw in your pi's. You're good. So 1 divided by tangent, pi divided by 5 is 1.3764. And that is how you put it in your calculator. Please do not give me anything else. I will count it wrong on this next exam, because that was redonky-donk. All right, let's go to page 6. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this will be our last problem for this video. To determine the value of the following trig functions of the angle theta, given that theta is negative pi over 4. Well, where is that? Where is pi over 4? Pi over 4 is halfway between 0 and pi over 2. It's the 45-degree angle. So, but now we're talking about the negative version. Well, that means I'm going the same distance, and I end up right here where 7 pi over 4 is, or 315. My cosine value is square root of 2 over 2. My sine value is negative square root of 2 over 2. So cosine is square root of 2 over 2, and sine is negative square root of 2 over 2. All right, there's 2 done. Let's get the other 4 knocked out. All right, well, I can do, let's do tangent, which is sine of negative pi over 4 over cosine of negative pi over 4. So sine is negative square root of 2 over 2, divided by cosine is square root of 2 over 2, and this is just going to be negative 1. These are the right answers for these. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and do secant. Secant's the reciprocal of cosine. So 1 divided by cosine, which is 1 divided by square root of 2 over 2. So 1 times 2 over the square root of 2 is 2 over the square root of 2. Or you can rationalize, and it'll be 2 square root of 2 over 2. Don't forget to reduce, and that becomes just square root of 2. So either one of those would be acceptable. All right, the next one is cosecant, which is the reciprocal of sine. So 1 divided by negative square root of 2 over 2 is 1 times negative 2 over square root of 2, which is negative 2 over the square root of 2. Or, if you want to rationalize, becomes negative 2 square root of 2 over 2 reduces to negative square root of 2. Cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. Tangent is negative 1, so the reciprocal of negative 1 is negative 1. Same answer. All right? See you in the next video.